Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV.
In a world where the quality of information available to poorer communities is doctored, tainted and sometimes regressive, where the words fake news have come to mean other people's opinions, it is vital to rely on news platforms with journalists who have feet on the ground and can report the truth. New York Parrot, a New York-based national and global news outlet, is changing the narratives of media operations. We focus on the news that matters, like self-empowerment, entrepreneurship, finances, health, security, politics, and more. We strive to curb violence, racial and economic discrimination, and to promote peace and socio-economic development of multiculturally diverse world. As we give voice to the people, we also give your business a voice and make it heard. Get your products and services off the ground by advertising on our fast-growing platform. With so much of daily visits to New York Parrot, you can't afford to be invisible to prospective clients on the website they trust the most. Our posts reach millions of people across the New York State and around the world. Advertising on our news site will unlock an audience of thousands of potential customers on your doorstep. New York Parrot is born to prosperously speak tomorrow for the voiceless.
Good morning from the USA. I'm Dustin Pickering, and this is World Inkers Network, a Parrot TV show. I'm your noble and honest host. And today we have Debajyoti Gupta, who was born in Agartala, Tripura. He did his master's in sociology from Assam University and a master's in liberal arts from Tripura University. He wrote different articles in various journals and edited books. Some of his articles are published from Russian State University for the Humanities, Moscow, Russia, and also he's published many short stories. One short story book was recently published from Ukyoto University or publication in Canada in an anthology book. One of his research articles has been published from University of Szczecin, Poland. I hope I tried to do that one the best I could. It's a little bit of a complicated word. He has presented his research papers in many national and international conferences in India, Russia, and Poland universities. He likes to play cricket and football, and he is currently preparing for his PhD studies. Welcome to the show, Debajyoti. I hope you're doing good today.
Thank you, sir.
There we are.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you today. So tell us a little bit about your creative process. Do you consciously decide what you're going to write, or do you just sort of go right into it and then see what happens?
Sir, actually, I started my writing when I was doing my graduation in this in a degree college in my hometown. Actually, I just read one book. The book was it is a novel. Sorry. The book was Night Train to Lisbon. Actually, the writer of the book was Pascal Marshall. I just read his book. It was a very nice book. I think the year 2009, I brought that book from a local bookshop. And I think this book is also a movie also. 2013, it has been a movie also. After that, when I passed out my schooling, and when I just went to the college for doing my sociology honors, that time I just wrote my first book. It was not so much good, but for me it was my little bit experience of writing. The book was based on my schooling life. The name of the book was Back to School Days. It was based on my schooling life. It was a collection of short stories. After that, I just published a novelette, a small novelette, The Reign of Sorrow. It was also published on the next year, 2010. Not sorry, it was published on the 2011. It
Hmm.
was also a short stories based on it was a psychological short story, not short story. Sorry, it's a novel, not novel. I can say novelette, small novel of 80 pages. And I wrote that the genuine of the story was this one university life, the students' life, and something about it was a mainly I can say it was a tragic love story.
Hmm.
These things, And
Hmm.
after that, I went to university. This one, Assam University, India, for doing my masters in sociology. And my third book was published on 2017. The book was the name of the book was Echoes from the Lake, and sorry, Echoes from the Hills. It is also a collection of short stories, and the short stories was taken. It was not a fiction. It is in fiction also, as well as non-fiction. The stories which I took, the stories was based on my universities, my experience in the university, Assam University, hostel life, and etc. These things.
Interesting. So, what do you find is the sort of similarities between fiction and real life experience?
Actually, sir, when we write a fiction is based on our real life incidents or
Hmm.
our real life situations. So, in every fiction, yeah, if you read any fiction or a novel, you will find something is related to the society,
Hmm.
and it is based on the society. Maybe something has occurred in the history, or something will be going to occur in the future. Huh? I think friction, there is no friction and non-friction. I think there are something related to without friction there is no non-friction, and without non-friction there is no friction. As I think, in my
Hmm.
perspective.
Hmm. So, how long does it take you to write a story or put together a book?
Actually, sir, when I published my first book and second book, and this was for my local publication.
Hmm.
Actually, I just took some months. I think I took 5 or 6 months, or sorry, I think a little bit network problem, sir.
Okay.
I took 7 or 6 months like that. It took
Okay.
for me to publish my to write my story.
So, how does it feel when you first see your work in print and you actually have somebody, a publisher take, interest in your work? Well, how does that feel for you?
Yes, sir. It was a nice feeling for me to publish to publish my first book and all, and also it was my first book, and I was a little bit excited for my first book also,
Hmm.
and I was also very excited, means how the reader will take it or not, means
Hmm.
they will like my story or they will not like my story. These things was there in my mind.
Did you have some interesting reactions to people reading your work?
Yes, sir. Many people read my books. They read my books. I think the book one thing is The Reign of Sorrow, the second novelette which I published.
Hmm.
I first means I went to a conference. It was in Assam. I think 2015. I went to a conference in Assam. One boy told me who came to the work who came to the airport to take me to the hotel. He told me that he saw my book in the Google. I told him I don't know anything, that my book is in Google or something other, means any other network. Then I just feel some excitement on I just felt some excitement in me. And also after that, when I saw my this one, the Reign of Sorrow book in Amazon, it is on sale of Amazon only. I think I saw it on 2016. That time I was very much happy. That is, my book is sold in Amazon also. These things.
Yeah, it can be pretty interesting to see where your work ends up when you put it out in the world. You never know who's going to read it or what's going to happen with it. So you're sounds
Mm.
like you've had some surprises on the as you publish and as you go along. So you also do research articles. Like, can you tell us a little bit about your focus in research?
So actually, my focus on social science issues, social science and humanities, means the I did some of the this one as you know, I did some of the international conference also in Russia. In Russia, I did three conferences. I presented my papers in Russia, Russian State University of Moscow, and I'm very much thankful for them because they have given me a chance to present my paper there for the first time, and also the Poland University, the University of Sagi, which you told, it is also very much hard to pronounce the name also. To me also it is a little bit hard. And my first conference I did in Poland, it was the paper was on pandemic, sir.
Hmm.
One pandemic situation on Northeast India, means how, means what was the situation on, means pandemic in the Northeast regions and all, and the lockdown process. And also I saw, and also I presented some of the papers on gender issues in Russia universities.
Okay. So, what sort of insights do you think you've gathered from your research that you may be able to apply to your fiction or to
Actually,
your
sir,
short stories?
research, I can say one thing. Actually, I have published two stories in two anthologies,
Hmm.
which have been published in Mutico publications. I I'm very thankful to Tamikio ma'am, Tamikio L. Dolly. Without her help, it was not possible for me to publish my stories. It was only she who given me an opportunity to publish my stories.
Hmm.
Actually, when I write the stories, I have just saw the situation what is in the society. Actually, my stories are based on university, the
Hmm.
situation in the university, their gender, the problems between the adolescents problems, the tension and anxiety in the adolescents, the uh, the sexual attraction between the adolescents people, and also the some of the gender issues. I just
Hmm.
focus on that matter, and I just try to focus on my stories also, that things.
How do you think the lockdown and the pandemic has affected your own creative process?
Actually, sir, during the pandemic, I was having my classes. I was
Okay, so
having my
you're on
classes,
business as
university
usual. Yeah.
classes, as it was online. Means everything was in
Okay.
an online mode. Everything is on online mode. But sometimes I used to study some storybooks. Sometimes I used to study some. Sometimes used to study some movies and all. And sometimes I can do some of the creative work in my home, because sitting in my home, I can do something or something else like that. And also write some this conferences. I did everything in online during the pandemic, so it was a good experience for me.
Hmm. Yeah, the
Yes,
online experience is very different from in person, and I think it reaches a broader world. And
yes, yes,
I
yes,
found that that's something for me too, is it opened up avenues that I didn't know existed.
Mhm.
So, what do you have in store for the future in your publications? Do you have a new new book coming out anytime soon?
Actually, sir, yes, sir. I have a plan to publish my this one, the Reign of Sorrow book,
Hmm.
next year. Next year, because this year and after March or after April, because I have some work within this months, So I have a plan to publish my the Reign of Sorrow book, with some new ideas and with some new things in that. Some new, I want to new situations and new things. So I have the plan to publish that book.
So, is there new revisions of the old book, or is it you adding stories to it?
No, sir. Actually, as it is a novel, I don't have the manuscript with me now. I don't have the soft copy, So I have to write the book newly. Means I have to newly just type the book, Because I am thinking there are some grammatical mistakes also in that book. So I just want to correct the errors and to write a story in a very new way. I want to add something new in that. So,
So, what can you tell us about the novelette? What are some themes that you address in the book?
so actually, my the book, the Reign of Sorrow book.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it is based on a student, means a boy whose name is Marshall. He went to do his master's in sociology to Delhi University. There he met a girl. Actually, he is a very innocent boy, and he do not have much friends. He just stay in home and just stay with his family members and do whatever his studies and all, etc. Don't want to mix with other guys or other people in his locality and very much fond of sports.
Mm-hmm.
And when he went there, he just met a girl whose name is Natalia. After that, they both used to like each other. And
Mm-hmm.
when he was in school, he used to like one girl whose name was, I think, no, whose name was Natalia in the school life. And the girl whom he met, her name was Adrina, the character of my story. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
So actually, when the boy Marshall was in class 12, he used to love a girl who was in class 6. But that girl don't want to like him, means don't want to talk with him or don't want to just avoid him because he was not so much good in studies or good in anything. These things is there. And after when he met Adrina, he came to know what is true love is. And after that, Adrina died.
Mm.
Adrina
Wow.
died. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Adrina died. It is a tragic story. And he also made he also made his old love, this one Natalia. She also got married with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, he is alone in his life. And after that, he is a professor. He
Mm-hmm.
just got a job as a professor, and he is alone in his life. He's living his life in the academic, just busy with himself and just doing his job. And this was the story, last story.
Is there any plans for a sequel or anything like that for this from this story? Are you going to move it forward, or are you just going to go
Yes.
to another story?
No, sir. I just want to stay with the story. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Means the university which I just mentioned, Delhi University. I just want to mention it. I changed the name to Calcutta University. Huh? Actually, that time this Calcutta University was much more popular than Delhi University
Mm-hmm.
at that time. Huh? And also, I just want to focus on the society situation in the society. That what are the problems Marshall used to face in his hometown when he came after his vacations and all, means what are the situation he was to face. I just want to focus on the what type of situation is going in his hometown Tripura, because there
Mm-hmm.
are some many social issues are there, because there are some uh, what to tell some supernatural issues are there, for example witchcraft. I just want to write something about witchcraft. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to write something about this one what to tell means how the people deal with the other peoples and all, means something hypocrisy is going on in the this one, how they used to just mix up with the girls and all and do something bad or involved in something other activities and all,
Mm-hmm.
similar activities like that, etc, etc. I want to focus that things also. And also I just want to focus some religious matter in my book, some religious theories and all these things I'm planning to do it.
So, does religion play a role in your work? Is it a strong role, or does it sort of like a theme that's underlying a lot of your work?
Actually sir, religion I just want to take religion as a role of purity, how
Mm-hmm.
religion can change the mind of the people with
Mm-hmm.
some pure thoughts. Huh? For that purpose, I just want to take that role. Actually, my uh, this one character Marshall, when he came to his hometown, he was just fed up with his life. Huh? He don't want to stay in his home and don't want to do anything. Don't want to concentrate in his studies. Don't want to do any other activities like sports and all. He used to talk one of his brother who is not a good person. He is involved in bad activities with some girls and all, so he
Mm-hmm.
want to go with him, he want to just walk with him to another to that girl and that girl. So after that, when he got any idea that what I'm doing is not right for me, it is not right for my future, huh? So after that, uh, he got some idea from someone else that you focus on religion, you focus on God, then he'll give you the right direction. Then he came to the right path. So
Interesting. That sounds like a fascinating story with a lot of good underlying themes. We're going to take a brief break, but we'll be back with some of your work after we get back from this. Take a look at this
okay,
World Inkers book promotion. In the meantime, everybody watching today, thanks for watching, and subscribe to our channel if you have a chance, and keep in touch with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to World Linkers Network. Today we have Debajyoti Gupta, and he will have some work for us to listen to as we progress on the program. So, do you have anything prepared to share as far as your own work? A poem,
actually,
maybe? Or
sir, I just want to do one thing. Actually, sir, I can read a poem. Actually, I am not a good poetry writer, but
That's
I
okay.
can read. I can try one.
Okay.
Actually, I just read one poem from one of the anthologies from Tamikio ma'am. His book,
Okay.
her book. This one, this book. She published my 9 poems in this anthology, sir. This anthology.
Excellent.
So if you allow me, then I can read one poem. If you allow me.
Go ahead.
Okay, okay. First poem is the night. The night was beautiful. The night was dark. The night was full of twist and turn. I see you. You were there when I felt no one was here. I can see in your eyes the love for me, but in reality, it was fake for me. This is one poem,
Excellent.
and another poem. I just want to say, just 1 minute, sir. One phone rang, sir. Just sorry.
You're watching World Inkers Network. We have Debajyoti Gupta today, and he had a little bit of an interruption, but he's back. So let's put him back on again.
Actually, sorry for the phone.
Quite all right.
Okay, sir.
It happens.
And answer and the poem I can just say the poem is intoxication.
Okay.
Like this evening comes, like this moon comes in the sky, without saying I am enjoying your works. Like show is flowing in the like snow is flowing in my heart like gas. In sleep I can feel your fragrance and rain of colors without drinking alcohol. You have in you have intoxications. I want to stop the moment. I want to steal this moment. In sleep I can feel your fragrance and rain of colors without drinking alcohol. You have intoxication. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. That was a wonderful poem. I think you can definitely develop your craft. You have some good lines in there.
Yes, sir.
Um, so, what difference do you find between writing a poem and writing a short fiction or a novella that you mentioned?
Yes, so sir, actually, sir, writing a poem means there is some lyrics is there, means the rhythms are there. Everything should be match. First line to second line to third line. I
Hmm.
think, and writing a story, as you know, it is a just your creative mind. You have to think so much. But I think writing a poem is much more hard than writing a fiction.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is very hard to write a poetry than
Hmm.
writing a fiction.
That's
Yes, sir.
interesting. Yeah, some people will say that it's a lot trickier and it takes a little more time to develop that craft than to write a short fiction. I find it takes
Short
more
fiction.
dedication as far as time to write a story or a novella or a novel than to
Mhm.
write a poem. I can write a poem in a few minutes. I'll sit down and write a poem, and then I'll go back and
Yes, sir.
be a little time
Mhm.
edit it. But then, like when I'm writing a short fiction or like a story or like an essay or
Mhm.
something, it takes a lot more concentration and a lot more time and focus to get it done and do it properly than a poem for me. And
Mhm.
that's just my experience. Do you have a similar experience with poetry and short fiction writing?
Uh, yes, sir. I have similar experiences, but actually, I don't have much experiences of writing a poetry
Hmm.
because I don't write much poetry, and it was my first poetry. I never wrote poetry again. Uh, when ma'am told me to write a poetry for her anthology, I just wrote a poetry. It was my first experience for writing a poetry.
Well, how did you feel about writing the poem? Did you enjoy writing it?
Yes, sir. I enjoyed the writing a poem because I have to think a little bit, just what rhythm I should take, and if my rhythm match with the first sentence and the second sentence and the last sentence. So
Hmm.
I was thinking about that. Let's try something new. So I tried that.
Interesting. So, what's the future of your writing? What are you planning for the upcoming? Let's say just the next few months. What is your idea of getting some more stories out? What do you have any new plans coming up?
Yes, sir. I have a plan. Just now, it's my plan to just focus on my studies and to just enter in the PhD program.
Hmm.
And after that, when I become just after 40 or after 50, I have a plan to write my own story, my autograph biography.
Hmm.
So I have a dream to publish it from Penguin. Let's see, hope what it happens in the future.
Well, good luck with that. It's sometimes tricky to get it published. Once you get it published, when you get a work out there, ever feel how do you feel when you get your work, from writing the process of writing it and having it finalized and then published? Do you ever feel like, do you feel regret, cheerfulness, happiness? Do you have expectations for the work that you have some number of sales you want to make or like reactions you want to get that either do or do not
Yes,
happen?
sir.
How do you feel about that?
Yes, sir. I have some. Yes, sir. I have this one. I'm also very much excited about the sales and about the reactions. Uh,
Hmm.
but not so much excited about the royalties and all. I'm not so much excited about the royalties.
Right.
But for the reviews, how the people when they read my book means what do you react? It will be positive or it will be negative. Like that, I have some reactions in that.
Right. See, it can be fun to see what people react to, how they react to the work itself. I share your I guess you could say your doubts about royalties because they're just not much doesn't come in.
Yes, sir.
Not a lot of sales, but you get people that have read your work and they say they like it and they have a reaction.
Uh,
They interpret it in some way, and they see what
mm,
they want to see in there into the
mm,
work itself, and they see the writer behind the work. So, in writing your autobiography or releasing it, do you have any concerns about how you present yourself in the book, or what when you're thinking about doing this in the future? Do you have any idea what how you're going to approach writing an autobiography? Because that's actually like real life.
mm,
That's like, do you have any
mm.
idea that maybe your memories are not accurate? How you're going to confirm them? Things like that.
Yes, sir. I have an idea of writing the autobiography. Actually, sir, when when I write the autobiography, I'm thinking that I will start from my period when I was born, not that after is when I was a kid that time, and from the present
Mm-hmm.
means what is going on in my life and what things I have faced in my life, what was the consequences, what was the problem, my struggle. I'm also struggling now, also I'm struggling very much about my future and all. I'm not so much means actually I'm just I'm posting many things in the future, sorry, in the Facebook. I'm posting many things in the Facebook. I'm posting my service in the first Facebook. I'm posting my stories or my articles in the Facebook, huh? It doesn't matter that I'm very happy in my life. I have much many problems I have I'm facing. I'm going to yeah, is what I can say, because I am just struggling in my life right now, and
Mm-hmm.
also I have some personal problems also, and many things I have in my life, and I just post something to keep myself happy.
Mm-hmm.
I see just how many likes people are giving me, or how many comments they are making me. When they're making some comments, congratulations, like they like my book, they like my article, or they like my something else, I feel very happy for that. And this happiness, or I'm getting excitement for just 2 or 3 minutes, it is okay for me. It is just good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And after that I just go out to play football and this one cricket with my friends and all in my locality. That also I'm very much happy at that moment, 1 hour. And after I'm just come to home and just take my book and study something, or just see in the YouTube some of the book reviews they are giving. I always watch book reviews in the
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel. About this many writers are there from this one USA. They are giving many book reviews of horror books, and also many books are there. I also read this ma'am Tamiko ma'am book. I just brought many books. I just collected many books, and also I read. She's a very very good author, and she's a very nice person I ever met in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and very good person as I know her
Mm-hmm.
personally. And after that I just love to write some horror stories also, but I never wrote any horror stories, but I am thinking to write a horror story, but nothing coming in my mind. And I just want to focus in my writing, in my autography when I write that. But no, at present I'm not writing anything. But when I write that, I'll just focus my full life up to 40 or up to 50, means what are the things I have gone through in my life, what are my struggles, and this thing, etc. These things and all.
How do you think writers can support other writers and like online and in real life? What can we do for each other as far as supporting our works and getting them out there?
So we can focus, we can support. I think the main thing is when you meet a big writer, he's a published writer from a big publication, huh? So he can help you to publish your stories also in that publication, or any other good publications. It is a very good thing for the writers to help, as Tamiko ma'am helped me for my publication of my story in her
Mm-hmm.
this one weekly publication. This is a very good thing. These things can be done by another writer, as he also helped me, sir, that to publish my story, one article which I published from World Income magazine about one gender issue. It was also a very nice thing. So
Yeah, it's pleasant to support other writers and get
yes, sir.
people thinking about subjects that are important, I think. And
Hmm.
so, what would you like to say to the audience in conclusion of the program today? Is there any advice you'd like to give or any thoughts you'd like to share?
No, sir. Actually, I don't have any thoughts to share, but I just want to share one thing. Just focus in your work and just wait for the perfect time. Everyone have their own time, and if you're struggling, also one day it will come. If you'll get everything what you want in your life, these things, just keep patience
Yeah,
and keep calm. Hmm.
absolutely. So, would you like to share any shout outs or thank yous to supporters and friends, publishers, anybody you want to say hello to on the program?
Yes, so thank you, Isis. Thank everyone for the program, for watching for watching me and my this one is what I'm saying. Thank you so much for your time. I just thank everyone, and also I thank you, sir. for giving me opportunity for my interview. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Well,
sir, so
thank
much.
you so much for being on the program. If you have any other person you'd like to send our way for an interview, we'd love to have them.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll just tell you, sir. I'll just.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're watching World Inkers Network. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, hit that subscribe button and notifications button, and you'll know when we come live. And the changes here and there. So we usually do it on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and on Saturdays at 10 Central Standard Time, or an hour ahead in Eastern Standard Time, and different times across the world, obviously. So if you want to support our programming, we have a wonderful PayPal account at paypal.me/nyparrot. You can send donations that direction. If you have a little extra cash, you want to support the arts, help us keep this program alive and functioning and doing its best. And if you want to be on the program as a guest, you go on to publication.worldinkers@gmail.com. Send me a headshot and a bio, about a paragraph, 2 paragraphs long, that we can share on the program. If you've seen our other programming, you'll know that we read the program, we read the bio at the beginning, and basically just to introduce the person. So please feel free to send something that you'd like us to use to introduce you as a writer on the program. And remember, this is not just for writers. We have creatives all across the board, painters, musicians, scholars, any kind of writing you're doing. We want to hear from you and talk about your creative process, what inspires you, what your plans are for the future. And by the way, if you don't want to support us with donations, if you can't do that, but maybe you want to support us in other ways, you can buy the books that we have on sale. We have the New Condemned, which is an Albanian anthology of contemporary poetry. And that's in English. And we have many other publications. World Inkers Monthly Magazine. We have the Parrot anthologies. The Literary Parrot series 1, 2, and 3 are available, and series 4 should be available pretty soon here. We'll get on that pretty quick, and we'll let you know and keep the process and due with you guys informed. And I want to thank Debajyoti for being on the program today, and thanks to all those who support the arts, and thanks to everyone who out there who is writing and getting the work out there. Just keep your momentum going, just spiraling and further in your creative endeavors. And just remember that, sometimes there's disappointment, but there's also the inevitable success. And if you keep at it, you'll get there. And we hope to see you on the program. And thank you guys again for watching, and have an excellent afternoon. And remember, get to writing. Thank you very much.
Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV.